The mountains of Appalachia are well known for their uniqueness in both their physical traits and cultural tendencies. There's something about these mountains that combine with the people who live there to form a wildly diverse society where many things seem odd to outsiders. As is oftentimes the case, experiences you have can seem peculiar at first, but the more you're exposed to something, the more normalized it becomes. This cultural normalization can be overwhelming for some, especially regarding food. It is difficult for the body to simply flip a switch when given a first-time experience related to food. However, strange foods consumed in moderation have historically been considered delicacies. Those with the means to afford these unusual foods treat themselves to these abnormal culinary experiences. One of the more popular delicacies throughout history has been the consumption of the truffle. Truffles can be found in many places, but recently a new type of truffle has burst onto the culinary scene, the Appalachian truffle. The Appalachian truffle, much like the European truffle, comes from the tuber species of fungi. While there are dozens of naturally occurring truffle species in North America, many of them are not edible. For this reason, Appalachian farmers have taken on the Appalachian truffle as their new cash crop. To understand the intricacy of the truffle as it pertains to culinary delicacies, it is important to know exactly how to define a truffle. First of all, a truffle is the fruiting body of a fungus that grows underground. In the simplest of terms, it is a mushroom. While there are a multitude of species of fungi that are considered truffles, only some species under the tuber genus of fungi are edible for humans. Most of the time, the truffles that we consider delicacies grow near tree roots, and because of this, truffles tend to be cultivated in natural environments. Historically, truffles were eaten by both the ancient Greeks and the ancient Romans. After experiencing a downturn in popularity during the Middle Ages, the Renaissance brought back truffles as a culinary treat. Truffles pair well with fat-based items such as butter, cheese, avocados, and others. Chefs use their aroma and taste to add to various entrees and meals by either shaving them on top of a dish or inserting slices of the truffle into meats for extra flavor. Truffles are also a good substitute for some oils, so cooks will produce truffle oil as a low-cost alternative. The Appalachian truffle can be found growing naturally in the eastern United States. The Appalachian truffle grows during the fall in the roots of spruce and pine trees, but also grows in forests with a wider array of trees as well. As it progresses through its life cycle, the brick red color of the Appalachian truffle stays the same. Once cut to reveal its insides, the truffle shows off a white marbled flesh when growing and a black marble once matured. The truffle can come in any size, but is usually oval. These truffles can be preserved for over a month. By all accounts, the Appalachian truffle is considered to be of high quality. The combination of a sweet and musty odor extends from the truffle, and the taste has been described as exquisite. There are two distinct ways to approach finding Appalachian truffles. One is to contact farms that specialize in the cultivation of these Appalachian truffles in hopes that they have some to sell to the public, and the other way is to hunt for them yourself. If you plan on hunting them for yourself, or are wanting to make a hobby out of hunting for them, then you will most likely need to find a hound dog that is trained in sniffing the truffles out. Because the truffles grow predominantly near the root structures of various trees underground, it would be a waste of time to simply start digging without any guidance. Dogs can be trained to search for truffles in the ground, and it would be extremely difficult to locate them without a trained dog. Because truffles have been in such high demand in Europe for years now, they have become extremely expensive. Recently, due to extreme temperatures and droughts across Europe, truffles have become even rarer and more valued as the supply has dwindled. European truffles that were once bought at a relatively cheap price of $1,000 a pound have now skyrocketed to over $6,000 per pound. Interestingly, this has opened up an opportunity for the Appalachian truffle. Appalachian truffles are generally less expensive than European truffles and sell for a price of around $800 a pound if they are of the highest quality. This has opened up a need for a larger supply of truffles that can be answered by farmers in Appalachia. The cultivation of Appalachian truffles has not been all sunshine and rainbows either though, as farmers who tried to begin growing truffles a decade ago suffered from low harvest due to extreme weather. In the past couple of years, however, farmers have educated themselves on truffle cultivation and have experienced growing harvests. If this trend continues, then there might be a significant industry for the Appalachian truffle, both in America and on other continents. Culinary leaders are predicting a surge of demand for truffles in the United States, and they think that the Appalachian truffle can be a large part of that industry. This could be a saving grace for many farmers who have endlessly struggled to produce typical farming crops, as the Appalachian Mountains can be particularly precarious for farming. Certain crops don't fare well, and those that do are being grown by everyone. Perhaps if the Appalachian truffle can become not only viable but profitable on a large scale, then it can help to heal an historically tough environment and economic sector. The influx of new money from a diverse crop could significantly boost the lives of many in Appalachia, both directly and indirectly. Additionally, the cultivation of truffles seems to be healthier for the environment because rather than constantly raising forests for fields, truffles can be planted and grown in tandem with these forests.